Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Buckle up because today's deep dive into General Hospital spoilers for December 11th will be packed with drama, intrigue, and emotional fireworks. Get ready as we unravel the layers of each storyline, reimagining the tension and crafting a detailed analysis of the week's most captivating moments. Let's get started. Lulu Spencer demands action from Nina Reeves. Picture this. The scene opens with Lulu Spencer storming into Crimson, her determination practically radiating as she confronts Nina Reeves. If you love Charlotte as much as you say you do, then prove it. Lulu's voice rings out, carrying the frustration of a mother desperate to protect her child. This confrontation isn't just about Charlotte Cassadine, it's a clash of two women navigating their own personal struggles. Nina, caught off guard, initially deflects Lulu's accusations. But as Lulu's pleas grow more desperate, Nina's composed facade begins to crack. What if Nina has secrets of her own tied to Valentine Cassadine, one she can't afford to reveal? Perhaps she suspects that Valentine's actions are tied to a larger, dangerous game, one that could put Charlotte at even greater risk. In a surprising twist, Nina delivers a chilling warning to Lulu: sometimes, love means staying away. Could this cryptic message hint at Nina's internal conflict, torn between protecting Charlotte and avoiding Valentine's wrath? This encounter is poised to escalate into one of the week's most pivotal moments, blending emotional intensity with potential revelations about Nina's deeper motivations. Michael Corinthos and Curtis Ashford play a high-stakes game. Next, we turn our attention to the corporate chess match brewing between Michael Corinthos, Curtis Ashford, and Drew Quartermaine. Michael, driven by his ambition and sense of justice, proposes a partnership with Curtis to take down Drew. While Michael sees this as a straightforward alliance, Curtis is far from convinced. Guided by Jordan Ashford's sage advice, Curtis decides to approach this situation with calculated precision. Instead of choosing sides outright, he opts to play both Michael and Drew against each other, hoping to extract maximum leverage. Imagine Curtis sitting across from Drew, subtly testing his loyalty with probing questions about the Aurora CEO position. Drew, sensing the pressure, must decide whether to stick to his story or reveal his true intentions. The stakes grow higher as Curtis carefully navigates this delicate balancing act. His ultimate goal isn't just about corporate power, it's about securing his position in a world where trust is a scarce commodity. Could his maneuvering backfire, leaving him alienated from both Michael and Drew? Or will he emerge as the unlikely puppet master, controlling the outcome from behind the scenes? This storyline promises a blend of strategy, tension, and unexpected twists that will keep viewers hooked. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan's emotional showdown. Meanwhile, in another corner of Port Charles, Carly Spencer braces for a confrontation with Jack Brennan. Brennan, seething with anger, storms into Carly's office, his accusations flying fast and furious. "You betrayed me," he declares, his voice shaking with both fury and disappointment. Carly, never one to back down, meets his fury with her own. "You lied about Valentine Cassadine," she fires back, refusing to be painted as the sole villain in this unfolding drama. Their heated exchange isn't just about the surface-level betrayals, it's a culmination of deeper trust issues that have been simmering for weeks. Imagine the tension rising as Brennan threatens to expose Carly's actions, while Carly counters with a veiled threat of her own. Could Carly have an ace up her sleeve, some crucial piece of information that could shift the balance of power in her favor? And what about Brennan? Could his anger mask a hidden vulnerability, a reason he's so desperate to keep Carly from digging further into his connection with Valentine? As the argument reaches its breaking point, both characters are left grappling with the shattered remnants of their trust. Will this confrontation mark the end of their alliance, or could it pave the way for an uneasy truce built on mutual grudging respect? Either way, the fallout from this encounter is sure to ripple across multiple storylines, setting the stage for even more drama. Trina Robinson's shocking revelation to Jocelyn Jacks. On a lighter but equally intriguing note, Trina Robinson has big news for her best friend, Jocelyn Jacks. "You're not going to believe this," Trina exclaims, her excitement barely contained as she launches into her story. The revelation? It all ties back to Kai Taylor, whose unpredictable behavior continues to keep Trina on her toes. Earlier this week, Kai surprised Trina with an unexpected gesture, perhaps a heartfelt apology or an unexpected twist in their art project. Trina, caught off guard, is still processing the implications of Kai's actions. Could this signal a turning point in their relationship, one that pushes them closer together or pulls them further apart? As Trina recounts the details to Jocelyn, their conversation takes on a life of its own. Jocelyn, always the skeptic, probes deeper, uncovering nuances that even Trina hadn't considered. Could this moment of friendship lead to a greater understanding of Kai's true intentions? And how will this revelation affect Trina's own sense of self and her relationships with those around her? The dynamic between these two friends adds a layer of warmth and relatability to an otherwise drama-filled week. Sasha Gilmore Corbin's heart-wrenching decision. Finally, we arrive at Sasha Gilmore Corbin's emotional crossroads. After a positive pregnancy test, Sasha finds herself overwhelmed by the weight of her decision. Maxie Jones, ever the voice of reason, tries to guide Sasha through this turbulent time. "Whatever you decide, I'm here for you," Maxie assures her, her words laced with both compassion and concern. Sasha's internal struggle is palpable. On one hand, she's grappling with fears about her readiness for motherhood. On the other, there's the question of the baby's father. How involved will he be, and does Sasha even want him in her life? This isn't just a decision about her future, it's a reckoning with her past, her present, and the person she wants to become. As Sasha opens up to Maxie, the conversation takes on a raw, emotional tone. Maxie, drawing from her own experiences, offers words of wisdom that resonate deeply with Sasha. Could this heart-to-heart lead Sasha toward a decision that surprises even herself? And what ripple effects will this choice have on the people closest to her? This storyline promises to be a deeply moving exploration of love, sacrifice, and personal growth. The day begins with Gio, Dex, Jocelyn, and Trina on the hunt for the perfect Christmas tree at Rice Plaza. Picture it, the plaza is alive with twinkling lights, festive music, and the crisp scent of pine in the air. After an exhaustive search through the rows of evergreens, Gio and Dex finally declare victory. They've found the tree. But it's not just about the aesthetics, this tree symbolizes something deeper for the group, especially for Trina and Jocelyn, who seem to be soaking in the holiday spirit more than anyone. Dex, ever the practical one, reminds the ladies they'll need a tree stand. With that, Joss and Trina dash off to find one, leaving Dex and Gio behind as the self-proclaimed protectors of the prized tree. Their banter takes a serious turn when Dex notices a charity box nearby and pulls out some cash to donate. Just as he's about to drop the money in, none other than Cyrus appears, exuding his usual mix of charisma and menace. Cyrus and Dex, a tense encounter. Cyrus greets Dex with a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. Their conversation is layered with unspoken tension, as Cyrus probes Dex's intentions and makes a show of his commitment to staying out of his family's lives. But Dex, unruffled, calls him out, "I saw you at GH on Halloween." Cyrus, not missing a beat, raises a hand in mock solemnity, "Hand to God, I was not there to see Lulu on Halloween." This moment underscores Cyrus's knack for towing the line between truth and deception. Could he genuinely be trying to change, or is this just another calculated move in his endless game of manipulation? The exchange leaves Dex wary but composed, as Cyrus exits with his signature cryptic charm, leaving Dex and Gio to resume their watch over the tree. Lucky and Liz's unexpected reunion. Meanwhile, in another corner of the plaza, Lucky Spencer is caught up in the holiday atmosphere. He watches a street musician strum a guitar and wistfully tosses some money into the case. The sight of families enjoying the festive scene tugs at his heart. Just before he quite literally bumps into Elizabeth Weber. Their meeting feels serendipitous, like the universe was nudging these old friends back together. Liz, always the thoughtful conversationalist, asks how Lulu is doing. Lucky smiles and assures her that Lulu is on the mend. Their conversation quickly turns personal as Liz shares that her son Aiden opted out of tree shopping for the mall, leaving her to find a tree on her own. Lucky, ever the gentleman, offers to be her wingman for the day, promising they won't settle for anything less than the perfect tree. A walk down memory lane. As they peruse the rows of trees, their conversation shifts to memories of their teenage years. Liz recalls their grand plans to move to New York City and create a life full of wonder and possibility. Her voice softens as she tells Lucky he was the first person who ever truly believed in her and helped her believe in herself. Lucky, moved by her words, responds with equal tenderness, "You deserve the world." The moment is steeped in nostalgia and unspoken affection, a reminder of the bond they've shared through years of ups and downs. It's more than just a conversation, it's a reconnection of two people who've seen each other through their most vulnerable moments. A Christmas wonderland at Liz's. With the tree in tow, Lucky accompanies Liz back to her house, where he offers to help her set up her Christmas decorations. Together, they transform the space into a festive wonderland, envisioning the joy it will bring to Aiden when he returns. As they work, Lucky opens up about the difficult task of breaking the news of Luke's death to Lulu. Liz listens with empathy, admitting her own envy of the close relationship Lucky had with his father. She shares her hopes of fostering that same closeness with her boys. Their conversation takes a lighter turn when Lucky casually announces his decision to stay in Port Charles for the foreseeable future. Liz, surprised but pleased, admits that she doesn't hate the idea, especially for Aiden's sake. Lucky, however, is practical. If he's going to stay, he'll need to find a job. Liz, with a mischievous glint in her eye, suggests he revisit an old dream, becoming a busker. Before Lucky can protest, she dashes off to retrieve a guitar, determined to nudge him toward rediscovering his passion. This episode was a perfect blend of heartwarming holiday cheer and meaningful character development. From the budding friendship and underlying tension between Dex and Cyrus to the emotional reconnection between Lucky and Liz, every storyline was rich with depth and nuance. The Christmas tree hunt at Rice Plaza served as a festive backdrop for moments of reflection, joy, and unexpected surprises. Laura reflects on Lulu's recovery and the passage of time. Martin Gray, dressed in his signature sharply tailored suit, arrived at Laura's office with a sense of excitement bubbling under his usually composed demeanor. He could barely contain his enthusiasm as he greeted her, launching straight into the latest updates about her daughter, Lulu. "Laura, I still can't believe it," he exclaimed. "Lulu's recovery is nothing short of miraculous, but I hear there's more to the story?" His tone carried a mix of curiosity and admiration, as if he were piecing together a puzzle too intricate to comprehend fully. Laura smiled faintly but remained measured, her maternal instincts refusing to let her fully celebrate just yet. "Yes, it's remarkable," she admitted. "But recovery is more than physical, it's emotional, mental. And that's where I worry for her the most." Martin raised an eyebrow, leaning forward in interest. "You mean, she's rushing things?" he guessed. Laura nodded, her expression clouded with concern. "She's trying to pick up her life where it left off. She's determined to make up for the time she's lost, but she's forgetting one thing: time doesn't wait for anyone. Life has moved forward, and she needs to adapt to what is, not what was." The conversation shifted to Lulu's dinner plans with her son, Rocco, that evening. "Dinner with Rocco," Martin mused. "It sounds simple, but I can only imagine the emotions involved. Can you picture it? Waking up one day to find years have gone by, and the world you knew has completely changed?" He shook his head, clearly moved by the thought. Laura's eyes softened as she gazed out the window, the memories of her own ordeal flooding back. "Yes, Martin," she said, her voice quiet but firm. "I can picture it all too well. I've lived it." She turned back to him, her tone carrying the weight of her lived experience. "When I woke up from my coma, Lulu had transformed from a little girl to a teenager brimming with fire and independence. It was like I had missed entire chapters of her life. Rebuilding our relationship took years of patience, love, and learning how to bridge the gap. Martin leaned back, visibly affected by her words. And now, he said thoughtfully, you have the unique ability to guide Lulu through the same process. What a gift you can give her, Laura. You can help her understand what it means to lose time and still find a way to move forward. Laura smiled, though her heart remained heavy. You're right, she said. But it doesn't make it any less painful. Lulu will grieve the time she's missed with Rocco, just as I grieved what I missed with her. It's a process, and there's no rushing it. The conversation turned somber as they discussed another pressing matter, the search for Charlotte. Any news? Martin asked, though he seemed to know the answer before Laura even spoke. Not yet, she said, her voice tinged with frustration and determination. But I won't stop until she's safe. Charlotte is out there somewhere, and she needs us. Martin nodded, his respect for Laura evident. If anyone can bring her home, it's you, he said, offering a small smile of encouragement. Laura, despite her worries, felt a flicker of hope. Molly's struggles and Alexis' balancing act. At the Davis household, Alexis sat at the kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a steaming cup of tea, her mind racing with thoughts of her daughters. The air was thick with tension, as though the house itself was holding its breath, waiting for the next confrontation. Molly stood at the doorway, hesitant, her suitcase in hand. She looked at her mother with uncertainty, torn between seeking refuge and fearing the consequences. Molly, Alexis said gently, rising to her feet. Come in, sweetheart. You don't have to stand out there. Molly hesitated, her voice barely above a whisper. Mom, I don't know if I should. What if Christina finds out? If she thinks you're taking my side, it could ruin everything. Alexis shook her head firmly, stepping closer to her daughter. Listen to me, she said, her voice steady but kind. You are my daughter. This is your home. I don't care what Christina thinks about it, your needs matter, too. Molly's eyes welled with tears as she stepped inside, setting her suitcase down. I just don't want to make things worse, she said. If Christina feels like I'm taking over, it could push her further away. Alexis sighed, placing a reassuring hand on her daughter's shoulder. Christina and I will work through our issues, she said. That's between the two of us. Right now, what matters is you. You're grieving, Molly, and you need a place where you can do that safely. This is that place. The conversation turned to the courthouse drama and Ava's involvement. Molly, her brow furrowed, asked the question that had been on her mind since the trial. What do you think Ava really did, Mom? Alexis took a moment to gather her thoughts before responding. The jury made the best decision they could, given the circumstances, she said carefully. It's not black and white, Molly. But I hope that, in time, Christina will see the situation for what it is. That's all we can hope for. Molly seemed relieved by her mother's words, as though a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. Thank you, Mom, she said softly. For not making me feel like I'm alone in this. You're not alone, Alexis assured her. You never will be. Stay here as long as you need. We'll figure everything else out when the time comes. For the first time in days, Molly smiled, a small but genuine expression of gratitude. Alexis felt a pang of relief, knowing she had taken one step closer to healing the fractures in her family. Interwoven themes of family and healing. In these parallel journeys, both Laura and Alexis embody the unyielding strength of motherhood in the face of unimaginable challenges. Laura, having endured the loss of years with her daughter, now stands as a beacon of wisdom and support for Lulu. Her ability to empathize with Lulu's struggles is a testament to the resilience of their bond, a relationship forged through love and understanding. Alexis, on the other hand, finds herself navigating the stormy waters of sibling rivalry and personal grief. Her determination to provide a safe space for Molly, even at the risk of alienating Christina, underscores her deep commitment to her children. Both women face impossible choices, but their resolve to protect and nurture their families remains unshaken. Through these stories, we are reminded of the complexities of love, loss, and healing. Family, though often messy and complicated, remains the cornerstone of resilience, a source of strength in even the darkest times. After the tense fallout between Christina and Molly, Sonny takes Christina back to the restaurant, offering her reassurance and guidance. He assures her that things with Molly will settle in time, but Christina remains steadfast in her stance. She stands by her comment about Molly not being Adela's mother, clearly emphasizing her independence and defiance. However, what truly cuts deep for Christina is that Molly, along with the jury, believed Ava's version of events over hers. This betrayal fuels Christina's anger, and Sonny, ever the protective father, quietly promises her, one way or another, Ava's gonna pay. His words, though intended to soothe, carry an ominous undertone that hints at potential escalation. Christina, however, is far from placated. She sees Molly's acceptance of Ava's story as a way to sidestep the emotional labor of processing the tragedy of her daughter's death. To Christina, labeling it an accident feels like a betrayal of the justice her child deserves. She vows to ensure Ava faces consequences, determined to deliver her own brand of justice. Sonny, recognizing her fiery resolve, expresses pride in her efforts but urges her to let him take over from here. "You're done now. You let me deal with Ava," he tells her, signaling his intent to shield her from further pain while also reclaiming control over the situation. A new path for Christina. Understanding that Christina needs to channel her emotions into something constructive, Sonny broaches the topic of her future. He asks if she's considered his previous job offer, but Christina dismisses the idea of working in the coffee business. It doesn't excite her. He then brings up the youth center, praising her past contributions, but Christina admits that she doesn't feel emotionally equipped to run it right now. Her anger, she says, would prevent her from giving the kids the support they deserve. Sonny, always one to think outside the box, proposes an alternative, running Charlie's Pub. In fact, he goes a step further and suggests that she could own it outright. Christina hesitates, unsure if she's ready for such a responsibility. Sonny, however, emphasizes the importance of moving forward. "If you don't, you risk getting locked in your pain," he warns her. He frames this as a favor to him, not charity for her, adding that if she says no, he might have to sell Charlie's, something he doesn't want to do. It's a powerful moment, showing Sonny's belief in Christina's potential while gently nudging her toward healing. Gio, Dex, Joss, and Trina spread holiday cheer. Elsewhere, holiday cheer is in the air as Gio, Dex, Joss, and Trina bring a Christmas tree back to the ladies' apartment and start decorating. The festive activity quickly turns into a lively conversation about traditions. Gio, frustrated by the group's decorating methods, shares stories about the strict rules his family followed during the holidays. This sparks a heartfelt exchange between him and Trina as they reminisce about their respective family traditions. However, the light-hearted moment takes a turn when Joss notices something is off with Dex. Concerned, she pulls him aside and asks what's bothering him. Though Dex tries to shrug it off, Joss isn't convinced. She suggests they leave, under the pretense of retrieving something she left at Rice Plaza. As they hurry out, Gio and Trina are left puzzled about what prompted their abrupt departure. Later, Trina asks Gio to teach her Italian, but Gio admits he doesn't know much of the language. Instead, he reveals a surprising talent: he plays the violin. This unexpected revelation adds a new layer to Joe's character, sparking curiosity about his background. Alexis and Molly's tense compromise. Meanwhile, Alexis and Molly navigate their strained relationship. Alexis, begrudgingly trying to respect Molly's boundaries, agrees not to push for reconciliation between Molly and Christina. She promises to be honest with Christina and even offers to meet her somewhere else if Christina isn't comfortable visiting Molly's place. In an even greater show of restraint, Alexis reluctantly agrees to allow Rick to visit Molly, though she requests advance notice so she can avoid being there when he is. This moment underscores Alexis's commitment to maintaining peace, even when it's difficult for her. Laura's guilt over Valentine and Charlotte. In a quieter yet emotionally charged subplot, Laura confides in Martin about her lingering guilt over Valentine taking Charlotte and leaving. Despite Martin's reassurances that Valentine's ability to compartmentalize is unmatched, Laura can't shake the feeling that his decision wasn't in Charlotte's best interest. Both acknowledge Valentine's deep love for his daughter, but Laura is haunted by the belief that he made the wrong choice by running. The conversation highlights Laura's struggle to reconcile her maternal instincts with her understanding of Valentine's complexities, adding depth to her character's ongoing internal conflict. A compelling web of emotions. This episode of General Hospital masterfully weaves together moments of anger, grief, hope, and healing. From Sunny's guidance for Christina to Joss and Dex's mysterious departure, and from Alexis's reluctant compromises to Laura's heartache over Valentine, every character is grappling with the weight of their choices and emotions. Christina's journey, in particular, stands out as she teeters on the edge of vengeance and healing, with Sunny playing a pivotal role in guiding her forward. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates, breakdowns, and spoilers from General Hospital. Stay tuned for the latest developments, and we'll see you next time.